Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth video in my Windows Server 2022 series of videos. In this one, we are going to configure our domain controller too. So far we have installed the Windows Server 2022. We have installed the Active Directory domain services and also promoted that Active Directory domain service installed uh, server as the domain controller. So if you look at over here, so this is the DC-1 which we have configured, and just please look at the other videos earlier to see what we have done. And now we want to create another Windows Server 2022, and we would like to join this server to this particular domain. In this one, when we did the domain controller, we created a new domain. With this one, we are going to join to the domain that we have created with this one. Let's see how to do that. So let's bring up this new server, which is the domain controller 2. And again, I'm going to start with uh, add roles and features. And if you see, there is no other roles other than the default file and storage. So let's just get started with the low role. That should be pretty standard. And we're going to add again the Active Directory domain services role. And just go with the default options and you should be okay. And you can also enable this one for the restart the machine if required. So then hit install. It takes for me about 1 minute. For you it could take maybe less. So once this is done, we are going to promote this particular server, which is going to be our domain controller 2, and we're going to promote that as a domain controller as well. So after the role is installed, okay, so you can take your mouse bar over here in the blue bar that is going on. It's going to tell you what percent of the installation is done. So it was 43, now it's 64, and then you'll see it will from here to 100. It will just take, like, it will go almost uh, at the same time. So you will see I just give it like 15 seconds maybe, based on your hardware or CPU though. It may take longer than how much it took for me. Okay, but I'm done. And over here you see the promote this server to a domain controller. I can click that link here. If you accidentally click this one uh, by mistake, like this one, then you can always go back to this warning sign, click on that one, and again go back to the promote this server to a domain controller, that link. Now in this one, since we have got already an existing domain, we call that cloud.local. We want to use that one, if I can type it right. And then just do a select, then provide the admin username for cloud, CLOUD. You may have created different domain, that's fine. Just provide the administrator and then password, and then hit OK, and you should be able to select that domain now. Select that one, hit OK, and then hit next. And this one I'm just going to keep all of that with the default. Install another domain name server in the global catalog. It's still verifying domain controller option that you can mess with. So if you want to get rid of the domain controller, you can, but for me, I'm going to keep that one. And I also want to use this DC-2 as the global catalog. For the directory services restore mode, I'm just going to use another one, secure password, and provide the secure password again. Go to the next page here, ignore this particular warning and use the default one. Go to the next one, and here is asking, hey, do you want to install from a media? It's not from a media, is not coming. So we're just going to use the other domain that we have already created, and since we have only one, I'm just going to stick to the any domain controller, and that should be all right for this particular video. Hit next, go with the default options, and again go with the default options. Over here it's just similar to the other one where we installed the DC-1. So if you do see some warnings over here, it's okay as long as you have a green, so it says all prerequisite checks pass successfully. So I'm gonna hit install, and it will start the installation process. It may take a minute or two. Okay, then once installation is done, uh, we are going to take a look at how it looks. But that's pretty much it. Now we have a domain controller 1, okay, that's up and running, and then we created another Windows server, created the Active Directory, promoted that to the domain controller as well, which joined this particular domain. Now we have redundancy in our system. Okay, that's the main benefit. Even though you may have a small organization, you may want to create this environment and not rely on just one domain controller in your enterprise or in your organization. So here, all we need to do is, this is server was successfully configured as domain controller. That's what we wanted. Hit close, and it will restart the server automatically, and we should be all good to go. So you can go this one, you can use this one or that one as your domain controller. Since both of them are configured, you can kind of call this one as the parent server, and this one that joined the parent server, you can call it primary, secondary. There are many terms that are being used in the industry, but this is the whole purpose. Do not rely on the primary domain controller. Create a secondary one so that even this one is down, you have still something that you can work with. All right, let's meet in the next video and start looking how to manage this domain controller. Now we have it, and how to do many different things with it. Let's meet you in video number 6. Thank you for watching.